Hi guys, so I just want to share just something that's been on my heart for a long time, very long time. I've shared other videos about different topics, but today I just want to talk about how just like recently how I've been missing like life abroad, travel abroad, just like living someplace else that's more in line with who I am, what I want to be, where I am in my life, who I want to be, and all those different things. So, just to let you know, I'm Shawanda. I am from the US. I've lived in the US all my life. Oh, not all my life, that's not true. I studied abroad, traveled abroad, studied abroad, and then some other mixes in between. And so just want to talk about this thing that is called reverse culture shock. It is something that can catch you by surprise if you just think like, oh, I'll just go back home, it'll be fine. And like, you don't think about the person you left as is not the person you come back as, And so things are different. And for some people, it's great. It's wonderful. They just go ahead and live their life. They get their job. They work their 9 to 5 or whatever it is. And they just keep it moving. And others like me who are just struggling with this, like, I'm from the US. I was born here, so I should like it here. But you really don't. And because you connected with other peoples while you were abroad. Did I say peoples? Other people while you're abroad, and you're just a different person. And yeah. Anyway, so it's very complex. It's very complex. And so one thing for me is that I haven't left. The last place I went outside of the U.S. was to Guinea in 2017 until 2018. And I went because I was doing a consulting job for a technology company. And I returned to the U.S. in 2018, did some contract work. The contract abruptly ended. And then started working with a friend who asked me to come and help build come and help them like establish their new business. It's a chocolate shop, franchise, very well known. And because of my background as a chef, as a food service manager, and also in business, I have a master's in business. She wanted me to come and help her, so I did. And so that was fun. And I went on to do some other things. And then the pandemic came along. And also, by the way, while I was in Guinea, I met a man. That was not my intention. What happened was I went, so I think the summer before I went to Guinea, after I did like some IT training, I thought I was going to stay in London, thought I was going to find a job. I don't know who I thought I was, but whatever. I thought I was Superwoman, like I could do whatever I wanted to. Wrong. No job, nothing. I came close to, I had like a test from the BBC, and they were looking for developers. But at the time, my developer skills, that's what I'm looking for. Developer skills are not great. So I don't know who I was pretending to fool, but yeah, anyway. So anyway, I had a situation with a guy there. He was very narcissistic that I found out. And he was a friend, and I wasn't there for him. He thought I was there for him. And he like went on this whole yeah. Anyway, so after that situation, I basically like, I'm done. I don't care. I don't want anything. Anyway, yeah. And so I got to Guinea, and oh my goodness, that's another story for another day. My friends were just like, how are you getting all these guys? What's going on? And I was like, guys, I'm not trying to do anything. Trust me, I was not. After that situation with one of my friends who, anyway, one of my so-called friends, how I was treated in the end, I was like, yeah, no. And then so anyway, so I wasn't looking for anything. Anyway, so went there, came back in 2018, met my husband. And so what happened was, sorry, back up. What happened was we decided that we wanted to get married, and I was supposed to go back to Guinea, and that didn't happen. So what we did was we started the K-1 visa process for immigration. And then there were some other things that happened that were unforeseeable and all of that. So that slowed down the process on both sides. Oh my gosh, so tired. It slowed down the process on both sides. And then what happened? What else? So finally the visa for him was granted in 2020. And then, as we all know, February 2020. So basically he got pretty much one of the last flights out of the country. He was planning on staying a little bit longer. And if he had stayed a little bit longer, he would not have shown up here until like a year or however long, how much every time it was later when they reopened the border. So it all just crazy happened. Anyway, so this immigration process has been taking forever and ever and ever and ever, ever. So, So basically I haven't been able to go anywhere because of the pandemic. And then on top of it, it's just been like doing immigration things. And then on top of that, anyway. So now, I'm like, all right, look, I'm going to, I think now, I'll tell you what I've decided to do for now, for myself and for my sanity, while we're just trying to get everything together so we can move outside of the U.S. again. But anyway, so like back to, that took a long time. So back to like culture shock. They're just like some things that I miss. I miss like this sense of freedom and it's like being who I really am. I find that being in the U.S. as a Black woman, there are stereotypes, and sometimes I don't care what people think, but at the same time, it's just like there are things within culture, within society that you are expected to do or expected to be or whatever. Like, I mean, I'm supposed to be like, I don't know, my age with 5 kids or something. I don't know. It's just like things are just different. I mean, culture-wise, I just find that people are just like very much like, I love America. America's great. And I'm like, I'm not that kind of person. So I don't know how to deal with that. And also like now I'm in an intercultural marriage. And so that makes it a bit, I don't know, challenging, but in some ways it's just like he's not from here, and he's finding like some things that are difficult, like with culture as well. But especially like our individualism is difficult for both of us, for me. And so like coming back from a place where, you're just like the family is the focus. And here it's just like, you're just out here on your own, figure it out. It's just not, I don't know. Yeah. It's just not it. And then I also have this like, as along with that individualism and all those things, it's just, you know, everyone's like, I need to schedule this thing, I need to do this thing, and there's really no time for people. Everyone's always trying to go, either they're trying to escape or they're trying to do go to the next concert or go to the next, whatever best thing it is. And it's just like, can we just like sit around, hang out, eat food, and enjoy each other's company? No, that's not, I feel like that's just not a thing that happens much. This is for me, like, I feel like because I'm someone who wants to move abroad, I'm not trying to like do the whole American dream thing. It makes it difficult for me to find friends now, and just like connecting with friends, you know, on that level as well. So I mean, it's yeah, it's difficult because people are very much like focused on building their lives in America, and I'm not. Yeah, so there's like layers to that as well. So that's in a way frustrating for me. What else? I would say, oh my gosh, my guys, people, friends, food. I know you will hear this a lot. Oh, I left, came back, and I gained all this weight back. Trust me, I call them pandemic pounds at this point, but I was putting on pounds before then. Let me tell you. I don't know. I walked more. I was more physically active. I had better food. I had people who cooked for me. I had people who shopped for me. But it was just very different. I was eating more whole foods. I rarely had like snacks and all these different things. I learned about Biscreme, and that was a problem, but hey, those little things are delicious, by the way. They're like little cookies filled with chocolate. So good, so good. But we're staying away from these things, okay? We're staying away from them. Reverse culture shock. Let's see what else. I haven't had a vacation. I haven't been able to go out and experience the world just to like bridge that gap. And I think so that, as I was going to say earlier, I think that's one of my solutions, is just being able to go travel. And I really want to just travel like outside the country, honestly. I know some people are like, oh, to go someplace around, you know, in the US. I'm just like, yeah, I could. What's interesting to me at the moment is maybe like Louisiana sounds like a good place. The West Coast. I do like living out west more, because they're a little bit, I want to say they're more relaxed compared to the East Coast. I know that's like a stereotype, but in some ways it's true. People are different. And I feel like that's more my vibe, as the young kids say. I mean, that's just like my currently just like not being able to feel like I fit in. And, you know, being in a place that's walkable. I can walk around my town. And oh my gosh, public transportation, just like public transportation that works. So I also lived in London, and visited different European countries and used the public transportation. And definitely like that is something I miss. Just like that idea of, you know, just being able to not depend on a car. I very much miss that. For myself. I very much miss that. And being able to, I remember going to Spain and just like going outside and looking at the town square and just like seeing all these people dancing. And I'm like, what's going on? We see a group of people sometimes in the US and you're just like, I'm not sure if that's safe. You know, like you go into a group of people and you're just like, this could be bad. And like, you're, you know, like sometimes you can be like watching your back for different things. So I just miss like the social aspects, and also just being able to explore and go out and see and do. And I know there's cities you can do that in, but I felt like being in other, I don't know, it's just like it's just different. It's just very different in some ways, at least for me. I know everyone has their own experience, but for me, so I know this is probably going on longer than I expected, but I just want to, I guess, like, share my heart, share my thoughts, and just, find others who may be struggling with this. Reverse culture shock. And yes, even after 5 years, it's still a thing. And just, seeing, what can be done. What can you do? Besides, I mean, at this point, I have about 2 years left that I really have to be in the US. Maybe 2, something like that. Less than 2, I hope, in the US. But I really am looking for opportunities to go out and, visit friends and different, mainly visit friends. Hopefully, that's the goal. So I'll have some place to stay. Visit friends, and just like have a different environment, and go back to the places I feel like me. I think that's just that sense of feeling like I left myself somewhere is how I feel. And I know a lot of other people feel this way too. So if you do, just comment. Let's have a conversation. Definitely looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to connect with people of like mind, people who are, just struggling with the same things as me as well, who are planning on going abroad, but right now there's some things at home that are needed, or need to be taken care of, need to be done. So just let me know. I look forward to, building relationships, finding more friends who understand, because it's definitely a hard journey. And thank you so much. And I look forward to talking to you soon.